Hi, and welcome to Kingdom Come Deliverance. Welcome back, better said. We are doing the if you can't beat him quest. We have to speak to several people to find out who recruits around here, and one of the suggestions is the local... Oh god, it's too early. So wait an hour. Waiting is so excruciatingly slow in this game. In a way that I always wanna cut it out for you. Because it's always masking
My pleasure.
It's always masking the loading that's happening in between. And sometimes even conversations have to load.
Are there any
Nothing I've heard.
I'm looking for some people you might know something about.
If they come here to drink, maybe. But I won't aid you in any mischief.
I've heard some rough men come here looking to recruit. Have they ever stopped in to eat or drink, or to arrange something?
There were some brawlers that used to fight behind the tavern, but they raised such a commotion. I went and complained, and the town watch drove them off somewhere.
I wasn't thinking about that lot. I'm looking for recruiters that hire mercenaries and other cutthroats.
Don't know about that. Every once in a while, a merchant will hire some help or an escort, but nothing more. Nobody comes here regular. I'd notice if they did.
Do you happen to know where the brawlers you complained about moved on to?
I've not got the slightest inkling. I'm just glad all the shouting stopped. It scared the horses in the stables.
You haven't heard talk of any scoundrels in town?
Well, I have heard some things, but I can't say if they're true or not. There's some that talk just to hear the sound of their own voices.
And who's the most frequent topic of that kind of gossip?
Miller Simon. They say he's rich with coin, and it's not from the mill. But that's nonsense. Folk just don't know how much a mill can earn.
Anyone else?
Aye, there's talk of the knacker giving people the evil eye, or them that's not in bailiff's good graces. But I don't suppose that's what you want to know.
Thank you, innkeeper.
Not at all. Good luck then.
So now we have the quest to go for the miller that was already in the quest log. But I want to talk to Thomas right now, the guy, one of the guys that I saved. I don't remember, was Thomas the guy that can't sleep, or was Thomas the guy that I have the bones fixed off, or was it the guy that wanted... It's the guy that wanted herbs, didn't he? So that one here. No, that's Samek. Here, Thomas, I had your your leg fixed.
It's you.
How are you doing? Feeling better yet?
Aye, much better. I'm truly grateful. A bit longer and I'll be able to run back to the woods and carry on. Well, never mind. Very kind of you to look in on me.
Truth be told, I didn't come just for your health.
What do you need?
Well, I've heard tell there's work for fearless men who enjoy a bit of silver.
Ah, I believe I can help you with that. They used to frequent the tavern, but now they meet in the church.
The church?
Aye, that's right. The church is locked at night, but if you see a light, the door will be open. Go in there and wait. Say a prayer or something, and then you'll see.
That's it? I don't need to speak to anyone?
Just doing what I told you is enough. They'll give you a good look over and see if you've got the metal. Don't you worry about that.
All right, thank you.
You took care of me, why wouldn't I help you? Tit for tat, eh?
Goodbye.
We have found out where the Crims meet in Sassau. That easy.
Hey!
Go to the Crims meeting place and try to find out from them the location of the camp. And all the other spots on the map did disappear, yeah? Okay, so I still want to talk to Miller Simon. That's not this mill. It's that mill. I'm pretty certain of that because I think Miller Simon is the guy that gave me one of the, thickest thieves, Simon. Yeah, it's that one. Okay, so I'm riding towards that miller now. And I'm also gonna try to talk to all the other guys that were part of this quest and so stupidly cut now because I did the other quest. I want to know how normally I would... No, let's just go to the Crims. No, I have to go to the Crims in the night. I have to spend the time somewhere. So I'm gonna talk to all the other guys. I'll skip you around a bit. And there's the miller. Miller Simon.
God's blessings.
You haven't heard of any recruiters around here, have you? People looking for armed men?
Perhaps, but I'll not speak of it now.
Why not? It's important.
Because we're in the middle of something.
Come on. Nothing bad will happen if you talk to me.
Perhaps not, but I'll tell you when we're done. My memory will be sharper then.
Right. Christ, it's like pulling teeth with you. I hope you're more generous with your groschen than your words.
Goodbye.
Okay. Weird, I'm in the middle of something. This is my option to go with the thieving quest for Miller Simon, I suppose. So that I would get that information out of him the moment that tent was blinking. I would get that information out of him if I had done his quest, his side activity, but I didn't do it, so we're not getting that information out of him. But we're already on our way back to... Oh, that's the wrong side. That's Sassau Monastery, not Sassau. We're already on our way back to Sassau. I want to speak to the innkeeper, I want to speak to the bailiff, I want to speak to the knacker. We'll find out in a second. So you will have to have done one of several side quests to continue this faster, but you can also learn it probably from the tavern guys. This guy could send me to other guys, perhaps. Let's see, tavern guy. The next innkeeper.
I'm honored that you...
Have you noticed anything suspicious lately?
And what's your idea of suspicious?
Have you heard of anyone looking to hire some rough men?
Mercenaries, you mean?
Yes.
There were some fellows conspiring here in the corner twice a week, and others coming and going. They didn't look entirely respectable, but they never made any trouble.
And what happened to them?
I don't know, they just stopped coming. And I haven't seen hide nor hair of them since.
You haven't heard anything about where they went?
How could I have? They just stopped coming, and that's that.
Where do you think they might be meeting now?
How should I know? I'm an honest innkeeper, not a man-at-arms. They could be meeting at another inn. They could be meeting in the woods by the light of the moon, for all I know.
Is there any way I'll recognize them?
Unquenchable thirst? They drank like fish. They were rough-looking, too. Big-bearded and scruffy. Aside from that, they mostly kept to themselves.
That's not much help. What did they do while they were waiting for someone?
They drank, and they played dice. I do remember there were always dice on the table.
So they were fond of dice, were they? And where would you find a game around here?
Anywhere there's dice and usually drink. That's all you need for a game. Although it dawns on me now, I never saw Simon with those men, oddly enough. He's got a nose for drunken dice players with a coin to lose.
Simon who?
Why, the young miller. He runs Catzick Mill. Neighbours are always slandering him for trafficking, but who knows? Maybe he just has a knack for business.
You don't know where I might find some, more dishonourable folk?
And why would you want them? You'll set tongues wagging about you.
But they'd be the ones to know what reputable townsfolk don't.
I grant you that. Well, we don't have an executioner, just a knacker. But he's an odd fellow. Like any knacker, I suppose. And there's some strange tales about Miller Simon, too. But I'd say it's just jealousy.
What can you tell me about the knacker?
Decent folk don't talk about him. He deals in carcasses.
I was hoping you'd tell me a bit more than that.
Why should I care about him? He lives in a house by the church, and that's all I know. And all I'll say.
What can you tell me about Simon?
There's not much to tell. He runs Katzig Mill, and some say thieves meet there at night. But isn't there gossip about every miller? I don't think he's a sinner, but only God knows for sure.
Anything else?
You might not find him at the mill. He's a busy man, always out and about making some deal or other. And he likes to throw dice, especially when he sees a fat purse hanging on a drunken belly.
So I would have needed this information to talk to the miller, so that I know that I can convince him of telling me something by playing dice with him. Did he reappear on the map? Yes, he did. Bailiff. The problem is the bailiff is moving around town a lot. I mean, at long times he's in his office here, but there's mostly just the scribe and the bailiff. Okay.
My humble greetings.
I've heard talk about your knacker.
What's my neighbor being up to this time? Digging up corpses again? Or robbery?
Did he do that?
No, he didn't. But people thought he did. His house is nearby, between the rat house and the church. He's a decent man, a good man. But he's the knacker and the gravedigger.
That's good to know. I've got a few questions for you, bailiff, if you don't mind. Have you been having some trouble around here?
And what business is it of yours? Did someone complain? Who sent you here?
No one complained, though I'd be interested to know why you think they might. It was Lord Radzig who sent me. He'd heard word that some unsavoury characters are holed up round here.
Begging your pardon, but what the devil does Sir Radzig care about it? And I keep hearing the same from Sir Sebastian, and he's got no dog in this fight either.
You have an inn and the horse trails cross here. There must be many travellers come seeking work, and not all of them honest men.
Aye, it's true. Bedlam has broken out once or twice, and restoring order was no easy matter.
Has there been anything like that lately?
No. It's been quiet here lately. Now that I think about it, I don't recall coming across anyone here like that.
Nobody looking for soldiering work, maybe as a merchant's guard?
There's always one or two like that. But if they don't get the job, they move on.
I heard some recruiters are meeting in Sasau. Seemed likely they get up to mischief and people might complain.
Do you think that people here complain and I don't do my job? Nothing of the sort. Old Lederman's the only one that comes complaining, but I pay no heed to him.
And what does this Lederman complain about?
Lederman is our local tanner. Lives by the quarry.
He's the German one.
Well, some youngsters go there to wrestle.
They go there to fight and that doesn't bother you?
Why would it bother me? Much better to brawl there than in the tavern. At least in the quarry they can't damage anything but each other. And my catchpoles go by there from time to keep an eye on things.
Have you heard any talk of strangers in the town? Maybe people acting oddly?
Nothing worth mentioning.
You? It's
sure,
Henry
there's been
that's
some
acting
talk
strange.
about the miller. Folks saying they've been seeing him doing this or that, or people visiting him at night, but he's never done anything. He's a decent enough man for a miller.
I'll try asking him if he's heard anything.
He lives on the other side of the river, by the bogs. But don't go getting your hopes up. He might not be able to help.
Sir Sebastian? Who's that?
No, that's not my question.
Sebastian Baron von...
Why should he care about the city? That's not his jurisdiction, is it?
Quite true. I'm in charge of this city, but he keeps telling me I've got cutthroats hiding around here, and I should be more vigilant. The goal of the man.
Thank you, bailiff.
Take care.
So I should talk to Sir Sebastian, which didn't get added to my thing here. Yeah. So let's also talk to the knacker and see. Maybe we will have had to talk to Sir Sebastian to find out more about the knacker. The last time I saw the knacker, he was here, but he should be on the map now, shouldn't he? B is the knacker. He's here.
Hey!
Yeah.
God save. What can I do for you?
Are you the local knacker?
I'm the local
We
grave
know.
digger.
We worked with
Well,
him
then
before.
you might know a lot of things that others don't.
I'm a decent man. Not always honest, but decent.
Anything fishy going on in these parts?
There certainly is. Candles are being stolen from the church, as brazen as that. What sort of people do that?
Ah, but have you heard of anyone around here hiring adventurers and bandits?
How would I know that? Most people avoid talking to me. I don't even go to the tavern much these days.
Thank you. I'll be going now.
Very well. Feel free to stop. I'll see you later.
Okay, so Neckar was just stuff. So I could go up here and talk to Sir Sebastian. I could dice play against Miller Peshek, and I could enter a brawl arena over here to get stuff out of the ruffians. But we already know the solution. So we now got the confirmation that it's possible to reach it without having the infirmary done, and doing it by dice gambling or by hitting people in the head. We won't do any of those. We just will wait in the church till the night. Wow, that's one place to pick up a spade. I'll also try just going into the church now and see if it works. But I can't talk to Father Fabian. Yeah. Okay. Is the indulgence gone up? Maybe it's dependent on the crimes you've committed. I won't know. So let's... it said night, didn't it? Doesn't say it here. In the evening. If there's a light in the church after dark and the doors open. Tough words won't help me. I have to pretend I want to join them. Yeah, I look like a mercenary. So I'll just wait. Yeah, it's after dark now. Light is burning and the doors open. Pray at the altar at this one.
Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in
Amen.
heaven. What?
So, you've been looking for us, eh? What is it you want?
I hear you're hiring men who don't mind getting their hands dirty.
Is that so? And where did you hear that?
Taverns and the like? People talk?
Oh, that's a pretty tale. But no one in any tavern told you to come here and wait, did they? So let's have it. Who told you?
I don't recall his name, but he was one of your friends. He said that he couldn't take me straight to you, that I had to go through the church.
He was right about that. But he still said more than he should have.
I know my way around. You won't go wrong with me.
Spare me the boasting. I've got a test ready for you. Let's see how you handle it before you tell us how wonderful you are.
What test?
Nothing complicated. We used to take anyone who looked like they could keep their head on straight. But not now. Now you can only join if you do what we tell you.
Which is what? Steal something?
Nah, not theft. If you want to join us, you have to kill Pius.
Who's Pius, and why should I kill him?
That's none of your business. But I'll tell you anyway, because it's an instructive tale. Pius was one of us, but he fucked up.
How? Did he steal something?
Yeah, that was part of it. Stole some money, ran away. A few boys died over it. Showed a distinct lack of loyalty. And as soon as he's dead, you can join us.
I'll have to find him first.
You don't need to find him. We know where he is.
Then why haven't you killed him yourselves?
It's quite a test. He's hiding in a monastery.
With the stable boys? It's not hard to get into the grounds.
No, not there. Oh, he would have been dead long since. He's in the, cloister. Or whatever it is.
But only monks can get in there.
Just monks and Pius. He's an educated bastard. Seems he used to be a priest, but it didn't quite work out.
And how am I supposed to get into the cloister?
You'll think of something. Maybe there's a secret passage. I've heard there's some cave underneath. The cave of St. Procopius.
I've been there.
There might be a way into it from outside.
And do you have any other ideas besides secret passages?
Well, there is this one fellow been hanging around the taverns. Supposed to join the monastery soon. Might be he could help you somehow. I'd try talking to him if I were you. And if he doesn't help, knock him on his ass and take anything he's got that you could use to pass yourself off as him. A letter of admittance to the monastery, or whatever.
How will I recognize Pius?
He won't have been there long. He should be the only new one there.
But what if there are others? What does he look like?
Normal. He always went about well dressed and had a fine looking dagger.
Yes, except he'll be given a robe and they'll take his knife.
Then you'll have to try and figure out which one of the novices it is, and get him to betray himself. Try getting him drunk, then send him straight to hell.
Get him drunk? In a monastery?
We're better. There's more wine there than in the royal cellars, and I doubt he suddenly stopped drinking.
Murder someone in a monastery? Have you gone mad?
Murder's a sin as it is. Doesn't really matter where you do it.
Yes, it does. I'd be spilling blood on hallowed ground.
Well then, knock him senseless, drag him outside, and finish him off where it's less sacred. I don't give a damn where you do it, just as long as he ends up dead.
And do you have any other test?
We're not hiring stable boys. We want men who are prepared to do anything. And this is the toughest task we've got.
So how many men have you already sent?
Just a handful.
And what happened to them? Did they hang?
Just the first one. The others turned tail. Guess they didn't have the stomach for it.
God, murdering someone in the monastery. It's our only option though. It's our only option though. I think. Will this be a straight game over? No, we are supposed to go into to become part of this.
Fine.
So
I've got to kill Pius. He's in the cloister, and to get into the cloister, I'll need to enlist the help of some boy who's joining the order, right?
More or less. And now the main thing.
The main thing is to kill him, isn't it?
Of course. But that's not all. All hell's gonna break loose in the monastery after the murder. So, either make sure nobody finds him, or hightail it out of there quick as soon as the job's done. But better if they don't find him right away.
And what else? Should I come back here afterwards?
No. Before you run for it, take his special dice and bring it as proof that you killed him. And if you can get him to tell you where he hid the coin, bring that as well.
Bring his dice and the money if I find it. And where should I bring it?
From the monastery, head east across the river. There'll be a swamp where you'll find a fire pit. Go there at night and light a fire. Make it nice and big and we'll show up. Take the dice and the money, and then tell you where to report. Got it?
Right, I'm to slip into the best guarded place in the entire region and kill someone. Take his dice and money, and then go to the swamp and wait by the fire.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Well, you can at least say a few Hail Marys for me. I'm gonna need all the help I can get.
And remember, we'll be keeping tabs. So don't you try to run off, alright? Good luck then.
okay. I'm very interested in finding out how this works. Go to the Crim's meeting place and try to find out from them the location of the camp. Talk to the Cesar trainer. But if you can't beat them, it's finished. That easy. This was just one of the shorter quests. Poverty, chastity, and obedience is our next quest. Talk to the young man, enter the monastery as a novice, tell Sir Radzig what the bandits want you to do. Talk to the young man who's supposed to enter the monastery and tell Sir Radzig what the bandits want you to do. Where's Sir Radzig? I have to go to Rete for that. Let's talk to the novice first. And then go to Sir Radzig. This is a torch having kind of place where I'm not allowed to go on without torches in the night. So let's go back towards the tavern and speak to the novice, and let's try to do it now so that he doesn't accidentally, while I'm sleeping, go into the monastery and fucks me over and destroys my quest here. I'll definitely going to tell Sir Radzig so that he knows which is my way out, probably. It's the fresco master. Ah, they're still around. It's not so late at night that it won't work. That's a farm and that's another townsman. Maybe we can ask the innkeeper onto where he is. That's another townsman.
I'm hungry. I'd like a bite to eat.
Let's ask the innkeeper.
I'll bring it right away.
I hope I can...
You wouldn't be called by...
No. See you later.
Ah, I have to talk to everyone.
I hope I can be...
You wouldn't be called by any chance?
No. God be with you.
To talk to everyone here. Oh god, no. No. They're ending their day.
My humble greet.
You wouldn't be...
No. Take care.
I am honored.
You wouldn't be...
No. See you later.
God grant you health.
You wouldn't be called...
No. See you later.
Oh, they're just switching places. Okay.
I'm honored that...
You wouldn't be called...
No. Good luck then.
This one looks different. He's a bit old for this. Ooh, that one looks like Henry a bit.
4.5 years.
I'm glad to see you.
Still, it seems like only
You wouldn't be called by any chance?
No.
Goodbye. You're right there. Life is short.
You wouldn't be...
No. Take care.
God bless.
Ah,
Can I
here's
help
it.
you?
You wouldn't be called by any chance?
No. See you later.
Ah, he isn't it. Did I talk to you?
I hope I can...
You wouldn't be...
No. Take care.
Who the fuck is Carl? Did I talk to you? You changed positions again.
God be with
The
you.
problem is if you're at a place when the time changes, advances by 1 hour, there's really big trouble going on every so often.
You wouldn't...
No. Goodbye.
We had that one already. Okay. Oh, they will be sleeping everywhere across the place, and it's always a problem. That's where the fresco master sleeps. This is where... That's Carl. And Guardian Manfred.
Leave me be. I want to sleep.
Can't even talk to Carl. Okay. Armor. Going into stealth mode. We're in stealth mode. Let's try starting with the chest. The monastery entry writ. Written permitting admission to the monastery and acceptance amongst the... okay, that's that. And with Manfred's purse with coin for young Carl, entrusted to his guardian Manfred, and in the end to me. That's that. Did the talk to the guy thing disappear? Okay. I would really like to talk to them, but we won't talk to them. That objective failed now because I'm not waiting for an entire day just because they want me to speak to a guy. That doesn't matter. So we got our stuff back. Someone de-equipped our shield again. Ah, yeah, that's because of the torch. So we're getting our horse and we're talking to Radzig. Because that's like really important to me, that I don't accept this murder mission without talking to our chief again. So I'll meet you in Rete. So Radzig is supposed to be right next to me here. Ah, this is Sir Radzig's place. Do it fast.
Mother of God! What the hell was that?
Wait till Sir Radzig comes over here. Come on. Please come over here.
Do you need some help?
Yeah. Want to talk to you.
What are you up to here? Get out of here or I'll call the guards on you. Are you
Thank
looking
you.
for me?
Yes.
Greetings. What business have you?
Sir, this investigation into the Neuhof massacre, it's getting a bit complicated.
What have you found out?
I tracked down a gang of robbers who recruited killers for Pribyslavitz. They know the whoresons who torched Neuhof.
That's excellent news. Did you find out any more?
So far, not much. If I'm going to infiltrate them, I have to do what they say. That means murdering one of their former cronies, a fellow they call Pius. Apparently he was at Neuhof too.
You have to kill a criminal to prove yourself to them? Huh. I don't much like the sound of it.
That's not the worst of it. This Pius is hiding out in the monastery pretending to be a novice. I'd have to get inside the cloisters to get at him.
Good God above, that's another matter entirely. They don't let just anyone into the cloisters, and the abbot won't give up any of the novices. Secular law has no jurisdiction inside the monastery. But this is the second time that something untoward has happened there. First the counterfeiters, now this. I'd be glad to have someone take a look inside.
It seems like the only way to find Pius is to join the order. Damned if I know how, though.
A bit of meditation and learning would do you good. If it's really the only way to get to him, then you'll have to do it. I'm sorry I can't be of much help. Sadly, my relations with the monastery aren't entirely congenial. You'll have to figure something out for yourself.
What should I do with Pius once I find him?
Don't kill him. Bring him to the bailiff in Rate. He'll interrogate the man and give him a fair trial.
It doesn't sound like an easy task, sir. Getting into the cloisters, finding Pius, and then getting him to the bailiff.
Far from it, lad. But I have confidence in your abilities. Good luck, then.
Okay. That's what I wanted to do, so that I have my directions to go on in the question of where do I go the moment I have Pius. Because I wanted the no-kill option to be there. Because I'd like to question criminals instead of killing them. I know it's weird, but that's just the way I am. But whatevs. We're gonna put away that torch again. Equipping that shield. And now we're gonna ride back to Sasa Monastery. We're here. Yeah, the porter will let me inside. But I hope that in the morning Karl will still be at the tavern so that I can speak to him. He now has lost his writ and his money. The money that was given to him to ensure that he would go to the monastery, I suppose. Because it's normal, like, if you have an elder son that you don't want to inherit your stuff, you just send them to a monastery or something of that kind, and you give them money to compensate for that, and you ensure that he gets there by sending a guard with him. So that's what happened here. It looks like that to me. But yeah, I'm generally skipping every fast travel thing, so I may be missing out on stuff here and there because of that, but that's the way it is, because it's mostly just random encounters that just cost my time and your time. Mostly my time, because most likely I'll not even show that to you. I want to see whether we can find Carl here. We know how he looks like now.
Oh, are you blind, for Christ's sake? There's people walking here.
Also, I know that he sleeps up here, so I can see whether he's still asleep, and yes, he is. So I'll be waiting until 8 o'clock. At 8 o'clock he's still sleeping. At 9 o'clock he's still sleeping. At 10 o'clock he's still sleeping. And at 11 o'clock they're waking up. As this is no private bedroom, we can just talk to him here. Can't talk to him. I have to talk to Guardian Manfred, if the dog lets me.
Good God, you look terrible. God be with you.
I can just ask him that.
You wouldn't be caught.
No. Good luck then.
Doesn't even say that to me, and Carl is still not interactable, so talking with Carl was never an option. But I think they'll just disappear now. So, in today's episode, we found out where they meet and what they want from me, and in the next episode, we'll be entering the monastery, which sounds like a bit of a point of no return quest. At least we won't be able to return from the monastery for a while, I think. This can be so good. If they did this right, we really have to fit in, because this game is very complex on the interaction with NPC level. So I hope they did this right. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this goes. But now I'm gonna save my game, and we'll see us tomorrow with the monastery infiltration quest. Have a nice day.